Welcome to the Willshire Alumni Association Annual Banquet. I'm Marlene Purdy. I'm the secretary of this organization, and what you have just witnessed are the many displays of memorabilia and pictures that have been at our alumni banquet for a number of years, and all of these are thanks to the collection of none other than Sondra Schlickman Samples. Sondra, would you join me? Now, you might wonder why Sondra collects all this stuff. That's a good question. How did you get started on this?
Well, I'm interested in all kinds of history, but my late husband collected classic cars from the 50s, and so he had, we put up a building for his classic cars, so then we filled it up with a lot of Willshire School memorabilia because we were both graduates from Willshire, and other things from the 50s, and the collection just sort of grew.
And let me tell you, look at this magazine, and I think Walt's going to take more pictures of it later, the Country Rustic magazine, and on page 16 is the beginning of the articles about your collections. And what all do you have in the collections?
Oh boy, a little bit of everything.
And it's really exciting to have somebody from our school and our town who actually has collected all this to keep history alive. I have been to her house. Her flowers are fantastic. In fact, I was at a meeting out there, was it this last summer, and got to see some of the collection. And you go in, and it's just unbelievable. And so I'm going to have Walt share a little more from the magazine later, if that's okay. And how many years have you been doing this now?
Oh, I don't know, probably at least 10.
And I have to remember to always contact Sondra because I put her in the program that she's going to have her display. And sometimes I forget to ask her first, and that's not very nice, but she's always come through. And you want to share anything about your collection?
Well, first of all, when they took the Willshire School down, I went to the auction and bought quite a few things at the auction. Well, in that process, they found a lot of these composite graduation pictures were stored, more or less thrown up above those storage rooms that we had for the band on the stage. So anyway, Sharon Kroll at that time was the mayor, so she kept those pictures. And then a lot of them, the more recent years, they gave to somebody in that class to have custody of them. So I have them from about 1955 down to, my earliest one is 1919, which was the 100-year class this year. So down here.
Oh my, that was the year my mother was born.
Oh boy. Yeah, so there's things that I bought there at the auction, and then other people have given me things because they know that I have a place to display them. So
our class is one of those that took our custody of our picture, and a gal had it for many years. I think it's in Decatur right now with one of our classmates, if I remember correctly. I think Rose Baumgartner-Myers has custody of it. Joe Almendinger-Zelt had it for many years, and then she passed away, and it moved on then. So anything else you want to share?
Well, a little bit about the yearbooks.
Okay, let's move down. Can we move down here to the yearbooks?
A little bit of yearbook trivia. 1948 was the first year that the Willshire School had a yearbook.
Okay.
And so over the years, I've been able to find one for every year since then, except another bit of trivia. 1955, they did not have a yearbook. So their class made up this little pamphlet to sort of substitute for a yearbook. But anyway, I was pretty thrilled to finally get one for every year from 1948 through 1961. So
Very good. And what I always am amazed at, just recently, I always put the Bearcat on the front of our program. And I hate to tell people, but the symbol that we've used as a Bearcat all these years is not a Bearcat.
really,
I went to Australia and saw a real Bearcat, and what we have the picture of is not a Bearcat, which I think is funny. So, anyway, do you have anything else to share?
I guess that's about it.
Okay, and so for now, we're going to sign off until later.